Is going to be a fast and loose recording. This is another match between me and Marshall where I'm playing like a timid Riddle combo deck. So Riddle, each time you play it, will double its points, but as soon as it resolves earning those points, it will go away. And so I'm going to attempt to bounce it to my hand repeatedly to double it. And timid also gives me some vision, but you'll see I'm losing here because I played a card on the first round, which is a little bit nuanced, but it resulted in me not having priority. It resulted in me losing round two and put me at a little bit of a disadvantage. Here I play timid so that I get sight, and if he plays something that's 3 points, I would have played Riddle here to tie. But seeing that he played Hungry Ghost for 4 points, I know that I can't win. I'm just gonna hold on to my cards. The way that timid works is it gives you sight, first of all, so you can see what the opponent has done. And it also, if you have extra breath to spend, it will spend that to bounce all of your later cards, which can be used to your advantage sometimes or to maintain card advantage. I know he has -4 Nourish, as you can see under his profile. So I get to spend this round just improving my hand by doubling one of my riddles. Nothing else here is really worth doing. I have a variety of options in future rounds, but for now, just chillin'. I've been tinkering with a couple versions of this deck I'm not so sure about. Lost in Shadows. It's a lot of points. You can do some tricky stuff, so it will discard your whole hand. But if most of your hand is later on, and Timid is going to bounce it anyways, then you end up not falling into card disadvantage. Here you see him playing for carryover, so he has 1 extra breath and 3 extra points on his first card. And that means that I expect not to win. So I have Hurricane, which is going to reset points. And I'm going to try to play Hurricane as late in the round as possible. Spark is going to discard a Riddle, which is one way that I can also get the doubling benefit without spending the card. Here it will be in my discard pile, and later on I'll get to play it. And I do get the Hurricane off, so this is nice. All of that advantage that he had before, he's not going to capitalize on. You can end up in a play pattern where you like expect the opponent to win the round because they have so much carryover, and then they end it by playing even more carryover, so you would have won anyways. Here, I think he probably doesn't play another reset. He played Heron, which relies on small discard, but once he has 8 cards in his discard, it's unlikely to come out. I think it was a mistake for me to pass there. I really want him to play first because I was a little worried about the reset, but what am I thinking? So we both drew 1 card. It was kind of mutual in that way. And then the breath goes up, and I'm thinking like I'm good in the late game. But there were definitely plays I could have made that round that still benefited me in the long term. So I had Sparks Riddle, and then I could have played Truth if I had wanted to, or I could have played a Riddle. Uh, Truth here is like committing a lot of points, as opposed to playing a Riddle, which is committing, not so many points, but it's something that I want to combo with later. I played a good like couple dozen games with this deck. It's pretty tricky how you prioritize the different things in different matchups. Because you can get like 32-point riddles, but if the opponent has a reset and your only vision results in you like timid causes nothing later to be worth points for you. Uh Unless you spend all of your breath, but at that point you're committing all of your resources. Here, he got lots of Nourish. I was sort of expecting that. So that means he's at 3 wins now. He's probably going to get this next win. And my play is just to get as much advantage as possible with riddles. I can play another timid here to get even more sight, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not interacting with him here. So I'm just going to double. One of my riddles is going to be at 8 and two of them at 4, which means that when I play them, they will be 16 and 8 each, which is a lot. I think I probably played too conservatively in this match. When you have something worth 32 points, it's hard to lose unless they play a reset, and his reset was visible. Here he's getting lots of breath for the next round, but ultimately breath is not as valuable as Nourish because, it only unlocks the cards in your hand. It doesn't actually result in more points for you. Doing just what I said here. He, I guess, interestingly played Pomegranate earlier than Dreamer, so we could have had 6 carryover Nourish here. But my numbers are also so large that it sort of doesn't matter. I guess I might have committed more if he had played Nourish to finish the last round. I'm definitely passing because nothing he has beats 16. I'm assuming that he isn't playing like a normal reset like Hurricane that I can't see. I think I've seen most of his deck at this point. You can see their shuffle, so you know all the cards that have gone back in. And unless he's just held onto a card through his shuffles, then I should be able to see. As soon as I commit Timid, there's no more points that I'm getting. And this was interesting. So he Goliath, which meant that I I can't get the cards back. Like they're spent for me. I wanted to do the bouncing thing. And instead, now I'm at a pretty strong disadvantage here. So a reasonably good play here. It's after round 10, I have to play something because I have priority. A reasonably good play here is something like Spark, and then something that I don't mind discarding, and then a Hurricane. That would be what a sane individual might do here. You'll see Goliath discards the next card, so it discarded Timid. Um, if that's the ordering of the cards in the story had been a little bit different, I could have done better there. So it's reasonable for me to pass here because he's just done a reset. So if we both pass here, I'm at 5 cards, he's at 3 cards. The cards in my deck are pretty strong. I have some like charged up riddles. Okay, this was just a misplay. This is just like the worst thing that I could have done. So Sparks discards my next card. Sparks discard the Hurricane. I had that round for free, and we could have gone into a final round with him having 3 cards and me having 2 cards, but yeah, a little bit of a blunder.